Are you serious? Are you serious, folks? Look, guys, everybody's adult children is off limits when it comes to anything, okay? Your kids, someone else's kids, my kids, it don't matter. And politicians' families, I think it's the same thing. But we got a little something different here, and that's Tim Kaine's son was arrested yesterday. Well, actually, he was arrested Saturday night at a Trump rally. Tim Kaine, who would have been the vice president of the United States had Hillary Clinton won the election. One of his sons was recently arrested with a group of people. They crashed in Minneapolis, Minnesota. They crashed a Trump rally where hundreds of people were gathered in support of President Donald Trump. According to police, Linwood Kaine, age 24, was arrested and Saturday night in the scuffle. He was released from jail Tuesday after and was not charged. Okay, he was not charged with a crime. Now, he's the youngest son of the Virginia Democrat vice presidential candidate Tim Kaine, who was Hillary Clinton's running mate during last year's presidential election. Authorities said Linwood Kaine was among 6 people that were taken into custody. He was arrested on suspicion of second-degree rioting. Now, about 50 people showed up at a pro-Trump rally. They were agitators, and they were counter-protesters, but they lit off fireworks, smoke bombs, and then this thing got into a scuffle. It got into a pushing, shoving, fists were thrown. A riot atmosphere was starting to develop. And according to Washington Post, a chemical irritant was also sprayed into the crowd. So these were, and look, you have to understand it's not the fact that anybody's kids can get involved in stuff, but when this is how deep the hatred for President Trump and Trump supporters, the deplorables. And this is running too deep, and now people are taking it into their own hands. And see, what we're teaching in our colleges and major universities, the professors, many of the professors are teaching this it's a globalization. It's really anti-government. Believe it or not, they're really they don't respect the office of the presidency. They don't respect the Constitution or the rule of law. No, they really don't. And they are just agitators and protesters. And so anyway, Tim Kaine did put out a statement. He said, we love our 3 children, that we have their own views. They have their own views and concerns about current political issues. The elder Kaine said in a statement, they fully understand the responsibility to express those concerns peacefully. So he basically says, look, these are my kids. I can't control them. They're grown. But at the same time, he kind of puts his blessing on civil disobedience, puts his blessing on protesting, anti-protesting, disrupting, and maybe, this thing could have gotten close to assault. So anyway, I'm letting you see, I want you to feel, I want you to understand that what is being taught to the millennials. The millennials are being taught violence, that civil disobedience and pushing and shoving and violent and rioting and looting is part of your freedom of speech. And folks, it is not. It flat out is not. That is not. Civil disobedience is breaking the law. It is not your freedom of speech. What I'm doing right now is freedom of speech. You can turn this channel off or turn it on. You can never come do it again. I will not be pushing and shoving you in your front lawn. I will not be pushing. I won't show up at your gatherings and throw smoke bombs and yell in your face. I'm not going to show up and do that. That's not freedom of speech. That is assault. And we got to learn what it means, the difference. Okay? The difference. I'll be back with more current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy. Now it's dangerous times, okay? This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning, believe me, the beginning of sorrow. Are you saved? Give your life to Jesus Christ. Don't miss today's live broadcast. Starts at 12 noon Eastern at my website at www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. I'll pray for Linwood Kaine. I have nothing against this young man. He's just doing what he's told. But what they're being taught and told is not democracy.